Good morning all. I've got the new HCTL-2016 installed on the control board. Let's apply the line voltage. There we go. Now this makes more sense. Let me program my Hall effect encoder simulator to simulate the encoder into the A and B channel inputs of that digital readout. We're counting. Nice. Nice. Let's put it back in the box. We'll test it again. We got the circuit boards back in their housing. I've got my Hall effect encoder simulator attached to the encoder input. Let's turn on the line voltage. Nice. Look at that. Let me program a Hall effect encoder simulator for encoder output. That is fantastic. We fixed another one. Let me speed that encoder up a little bit. That is awesome. Evening all. Here we are at the house. Now this right here is the IC that I replaced on that Otto DRO, digital readout. Pin 13 of the Phoenix connector goes through a 4.7 k ohm across this Zener diode into pin 7, channel A encoder input. Pin 12 does the same, going into pin 6 of that HCTL-2016 incremental encoder interface IC. Now we have this secondary from the switch mode power supply that creates a DC voltage and applies it to pin 7, 9, and 14 with ground on 10 and 11 of that Phoenix connector. I applied 120 volts AC single phase to pins 2 and 3 of that Phoenix connector, and pin 1 being earth ground, frame ground back to earth. We have what appear to be inputs, and I'm not sure, and I didn't want to try it on the chance that I pop the input of or the output of that microcontroller. But here, look at this. We have a DC voltage of 16.09 volts DC on 14, and that powers up the encoder that's out there in the machine. We also have that same voltage from the secondary rectified and filtered by this capacitor right here, an inductor, on pins 7 and 9. So let's put this up here. Pin 7 is close to pin 6. Pin 8 is close to pin 9, and that's why I think, and I'm not going to be the first one to find out I'm wrong and pop that microcontroller, but I think that that 16 volts is switched from pin 7 to pin 6, and this being an input, and that 16 volts being switched from pin 9 to pin 8, and that being an input. But like I said, I didn't try it because I don't want to be the one to find out I'm wrong and pop that microcontroller. So, those are the encoder inputs, channel A and channel B of the incremental encoder. Here's the DC output on 7914 referenced to pin 10 and 11 ground. There's some times when we got to stop and take a little step back before we get too far and break stuff. And that was this right here. I didn't want to break that input or output. I'm not sure which, and I couldn't find a manual on this Otto Martin digital readout, but it's working. It's working. Alright, folks, let's step out there and fill up the bird feeders. Those birds love to eat. I love to watch the birds. That's some nice birds right there. I saw a new bird on the bird feeder, nuthatch, and they like to climb down. You know, normally, like a woodpecker or whatnot, they'll climb up a tree, but a nuthatch will climb down, upside down, their head pointed toward the ground. It's the first time I'd ever seen one. And I got a bird feeder out there that's perfect for that nuthatch, and it'll latch onto, it'll grab onto the little wires of that bird feeder, and it'll walk down and stick its long beak into that bird feeder. If y'all can, take care of the critters out there. They have a hard time every now and then. If y'all can.